Good evening. I'm Lynn Rose DiMartini. I'm a healthcare professional, but I do not diagnose or treat in this venue. So if you have any medical problems that you need questions answered about, please consult with your healthcare professional. I'm here to share information, give guidance, and make suggestions in several topics of interest, especially in the field of chronic health problems. I had a friend who suggested that I talk a little bit about air pollution in the home. And there's a lot of problems with the pollution in our home being worse than being outdoors. I live in an area where I live on a dirt road. We have the Saharan dust coming in now, so the air quality outside is pretty poor. But typically in a normal household, the air quality is even worse. There's a lot of different factors that you have to look at in order to keep your home environment in a clean condition. Obviously, cleanliness comes first, wiping things down, sweeping, mopping, all those kind of things. But what you use as far as products is real important, because a lot of those chemicals are very toxic, carcinogenic, and they contribute to a lot of health problems. So you want to make sure that the cleaning products that you use especially are organically put together. You can use a lot of simple ingredients instead of all the chemistry on the shelves. Some things to kind of keep in stock to create your own mixes are the regular vinegar, baking soda, Bon Ami, essential oils, and hydrogen peroxide, preferably the food grade. I would use that in place of bleach. Bleach has a lot of chemistry that is detrimental to our bodies as well. I'm not going to go into any particular recipes. There's a number of different, my cat is up here. There's a number of different books on the market, and you can Google it, that have natural put together recipes for house cleaning, laundry, all sorts of things of that sort. So making sure that you use natural cleaning products are real important. What's even more important is what you put on your body too, because your personal care products, they absorb right into your body. Everything you put on your skin goes right into your body. So really you shouldn't put anything on your skin that you wouldn't put in your mouth. So kind of think of that. There's lots of different facial cleansers and moisturizers and things like that can be made from foods. So again, Dr. Google is your friend, so there's lots of information out there. One thing that is very good to do is to eliminate a lot of the chemicals that are in your environment. A lot of people believe that a good smelling home is a clean home, and they can't just tolerate just clean. They think it has to smell good. So they use scented candles and air fresheners and sprays and things like that all are neurotoxins, and they're very detrimental to your health. So I would get rid of all your scented candles. You can certainly get things, I would get a diffuser and get some high quality essential oils to diffuse in your home if you need to have that smell. There's a lot of different ones, and a lot of them have different properties to them, either for disinfection or just relaxation or whatever that you're trying to accomplish. Scented candles, those machines up on the walls that squirt at you every now and then, those make me a little crazy. But any of your plug-ins or air fresheners or sprays, just get rid of them. Dryer sheets that you put in the dryer, they have some natural ones out there now that use essential oils, but the typical ones, and I'm not going to name names, but the typical ones that you throw in the dryer that make everything smell good are very toxic, and that permeates throughout the house. Your cleaning products, as far as countertop cleaners and shower and tub cleaners and things like that, you're better to use, you can use baking soda because of its abrasiveness, or Bon Ami. It just takes a little bit more elbow grease. Vinegar will cut a lot of the soap scum. So utilize those products instead of all those harsh chemicals. And again, I'm not going to name any names. Most of you have a whole under the counter pile of different things like that for cleaning. Try to eliminate them at least a little bit at a time. Use them up if you're not going to get rid of them at all, and replace them with better selections. Again, personal care products, cleaning products, laundry products, all those things, try and go as green as possible. A lot of products out there that call themselves green, there's something called greenwashing. They're not all that natural. So you really have to read labels. Probably one of those toxic products that you can have in your home is oven cleaner. And having a self-cleaning oven really is not any better for you, because it puts off different kinds of fumes as well. But there are ways of cleaning the oven. It takes longer, takes a little more elbow grease, but it's certainly better for your health. So I would certainly explore that. There's something called VOCs, volatile organic compounds, that off-gas from a lot of different products. A new home especially, or that new car, the new car smell that they put everything, those are neurotoxins. Using paints that are low VOC or no VOC is a better selection, because those do off-gas. Carpets in your home off-gas for a very long time, as well as a lot of your paneling and furniture, upholstery, things like that. They off-gas formaldehyde. That's certainly not something. We don't need to be embalmed before our time. So paints, glues, furniture, drapes, carpet, all those kind of things, especially when you buy them new, make sure you air them out for as long as you can. Really be mindful of what you sleep on, because the mattress that you sleep on, a third of your life, can be doing you some harm. So again, really search out for organic as you can. I bought a very organic mattress that's still off gas. So you really have to look at every aspect of it, fire retardants and the woods that the frame of the bed is on, and all those different things. It can make you a little crazy, but the more you can eliminate those things, the better off you'll be. Like I said, there are some products on the market to mitigate some of that. If you have shelves and furniture that are made of plywood or pressed wood, there's a product called Safe Coat that you can cover that furniture with. Obviously, it's a lot of work to do that, so it's better to just not have it in the first place that's going to off-gas, but that will mitigate that. Another big problem in the homes, not so much here in the Central Texas area, but especially the Houston area and along the coast, especially when they have hurricanes, is mold. But mold can be anywhere. I found out I had a mold problem in my home because I keep my house fairly warm in the general area, and I keep a window unit in my bedroom because I can't sleep if it's not fairly cool. So I had a window unit in there, and I had my maintenance man come and take it and clean it, for my every year or so cleaning. And it had been stopped up. The drain that drips the water out had been stopped up. So when he took it apart and cleaned it, he said, "You'd be surprised what was growing in there." He said, "Every kind of colored mold you can imagine." And of course, all that was just blowing right into my bedroom. So I found a company that does a lot of mitigation, and I bought some products to help mitigate that problem. Again, I cleaned everything as best I could. I bought a laundry soap that's specifically for getting rid of mold spores. I did a test, the little agar plates you can test for mold. I did a before and after, and it did bring it down substantially. You're never going to get rid of all molds, but it needs to be below a level that's going to be harmful to you. If it's water damage mold, some of the black molds and really bad molds out there, then you really need to replace. If it's sheetrock or wood or whatever, they need to be replaced because you cannot get rid of those molds. Bleach will not kill mold, so don't let anybody think even if you bleach it and it seems to go away, the mold spores are still there and they still will show up. I had mold testing done, and of the 7 molds that they checked for, 2 of them were, 5 of them were 0, but 2 of them were off the charts. And so I'm going to have myself retested after the summertime, and after I do all this mitigation. The best thing that you can pretty much do for if you've ingested molds is to do products that are adsorbent. charcoal, bentonite clay, things like that that absorb those toxins. And then if you can have access to an infrared sauna, I highly recommend that you do that as often as you can, because those are the two most recommended things to do for mold exposure. I also had a problem with a propane leak. So, breathing those gases affects your health. So really going through your home and playing detective, looking for all the things in your home that might be a problem. You don't always smell them, you don't always feel them, but if you tend to have, wake up tired or seem to get really groggy for the day or things like that, then there may be something that's, affecting you that way. One thing that I do highly recommend, and I do have one that I will recommend, that's to get an air filter, a HEPA filter. There's a lot of them on the market. The one I used to have was a big, large, noisy thing. I'm sure it worked fine, but I had to turn it off if I wanted to watch television or anything like that because it was just so noisy. But I found one that's called the Air Doctor, and I have two of them in my home in the most congested areas. Like I said, I have a lot of dust, but I love them. They're not as expensive as some of the others out there. They're not cheap, but they're certainly less expensive than the ones I'd seen in the past. They're easy to manage. They're very quiet. Changing the filters is very easy, and it gives you little sensors on there that will tell you when it's time to change them. You just open it up, put them in, and close it. It's really easy. And what I really love about it is when you are doing something in the house, like sweeping or burning a candle, or I work with herbs, so the powder from the herbs will sometimes get in the air. And when those happen, those machines rev up. And so you know that there's something going on. And normally it has a nice little blue light. And when there's some sort of a particle in the air, you can hear it rev up a little bit to increase its power, and that light will turn orange. And it just means that there's something in the atmosphere that's harmful, and it's working hard to get rid of it. And then it will go back down to blue. But like I said, I can't say enough about that particular brand. It's like I said, it's Air Doctor, AIRDOCTOR. That would be the starting place. I'm not sure what the square footage that each one's good for. Like I said, I have two of them in my home, and then I have a smaller one in my bedroom. But, it's not the germs that are the problem. We sometimes tend to be too overly clean, and that kind of goes against us. Bacteria are a natural part of our environment. They're a natural part of our body, and without them, we couldn't survive. So trying to kill off germs is counterproductive. You just want to clean the surfaces to remove any debris. And, use things like vinegar to clean. That's highly effective. You can spray the vinegar on countertops, so let them set for a few minutes, and then wipe them off, or let them air dry. And that is just as effective as using Clorox. And like I said, I don't even have a bottle of Clorox in my house. It's enough that they put it in the swimming pools, but it's very harmful. And I encourage you to go online and kind of explore the natural products that you can buy already made or make your own. I highly encourage you to make your own. There's one website you can go to that's EWG.org, the Environmental Working Group, and they have a lot of good information in there about a lot of the toxic things out there. That's a good starting place. But there's a lot of mama groups that are out there that are doing a lot of extra self-preparation of products because of their children. So those are highly recommended. I have a whole box of books that are all about, doing those kind of products, and I don't know where the box went. So I've looked all over, I can't find it. I'm in the process of doing my spring cleaning, a little bit late. It's too hot to be doing anything else outside. But I encourage you to just, go through your house, get rid of clutter anyway, because clutter tends to, breed more, and do some good cleaning and replace some of the products out there that are toxic, and, get yourself tested for different things, because if you're not feeling well, Drugs are not going to fix that. You know, you need to get to the root cause of what is causing the problem. And usually it's something toxic in your environment or the food you're eating, the water you're drinking. And I'll talk about water filtration in another talk. But again, if you have any questions or any comments, please leave them here on the channel and subscribe to my channel. Or you can go on Facebook and like and subscribe there. And like I said, I'm happy to answer any questions. I try and encourage people to ask me questions that they'd like me to talk about. So please do that, and I hope to hear from you soon, and we'll talk again next week. Thank you very much.